From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor. 500 help.
That's Taylor 500 Help. They're one of our great sponsors. We love them. They've been a sponsor for almost 3 years that we've been doing this podcast, and we so love them. Call Taylor Heating and Plumbing for all your home heating and air conditioning needs. Taylor has a wonderful staff of repairmen and women. They repair and install all types of furnaces, including propane and natural gas. Schedule an appointment to get your furnace checked. Make sure it's running properly and it's not costing you all that extra money. Check them out. Taylor 500 Help. Precision Lawn and Garden. Again, another advertiser that has been with us for 3 years now. Going on 3 years. Can't believe it. Talk to Kimberly and Justin up there at Precision Lawn and Garden at 195 North Avenue in Webster, providing Rochester and surrounding areas the best sales, service, and parts since 1969. They've been doing this a long time, so they know exactly what they're doing. All your favorite brands and lawnmower equipment, new models in stock. The models they have used, they have snow blowers, they have chainsaws, they have zero-turn mowers, they have regular lawn mowers. Check them out. Precision Lawn and Garden, 195 North Avenue in Webster, and Revere Realty. That's us. It's what we do. Your one-stop shop for buying and selling your home. We are not the biggest real estate agency in town, but we're just the right size to make sure your home buying and selling needs are met. Let us help you. You have control. There are a limited number of properties for sale in the Rochester and the surrounding 4 counties. But if you can make the right connections with Revere Realty, we can help get it done for you and sell your home for over asking and hopefully get you a great deal if you're buying a home. So check us out at Revere Realty, 585-467-1776. Please support our advertisers. They support us here at Kimberly's Revolution and the We the People Podcast Network.
Did you get your pipes cleaned, Kimberlina?
Always.
Live from the We the People broadcast studio in cold, sunny, 23-degree Irondequoit, New York. Here she is. She's America's untamed sweetheart. Woo-hoo! Whatever the hell that means. It's Kimberly Ray.
Here I am. Can you see me?
I can see you behind your stupid Chiefs hand. Why do you have so many damn fingers on your hand?
It's the... Come on, it's Casey Wolf.
Is that what it is?
It's Casey Wolf. Come
Stupid.
on now. Ho, 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 ho. Hey, Will Cleveland, you can bite my ass. We'll do the chant for eternity.
Right.
If I'm Will Cleveland of the PAB, the Police Accountability Board, if I'm Will Cleveland, I do a little bit of internal, I take a look at myself. Maybe it's just to sit down and say, I'm too fat. I drink too much beer. And if I don't get healthy, I'm not going to live long enough to see my daughter graduate high school. Instead of Will Cleveland worrying about what number 1 football teams are doing in the stands. How about that? How about that for an idea, Willie? I'm throwing it out there because I want everyone to be happy. And clearly, unless the man is drinking and eating, and you can tell that, he's not minding his own business, which he should. We will do the Chiefs. The chief, the Indian chief, is revered, right? It is something to look up to. It's not some, comical little cartoon character of an Indian brave. The chief is worthy, is brave, is heroic, who leads the pack, right? That is a chief. Do not tell us to stop the stupid chant. We will do what we want.
All right.
You know where the show is going now, don't you? Anyway, we are grateful that you guys are here. Welcome to Kimberly's Revolution. It is just Tom that's sitting right across from me. There he is, just Tom. And of course, we have Austin, who is with us, who makes sure that everything looks fantastic for the Kimberly's Revolution podcast. And of course, Chad isn't here today. Chad is going to be a part of the Kimberly's Revolution today.
Uh-oh. I got my conspiracy hat.
The name of the show today is called Crazy Conspiratists. Crazy Conspiratists. Because we have a problem in this country, guys. We have a lot of stupid, crazy individuals. I think we know that. Crazy conspiracists. And there's a reason that I'm calling it that. I am fed up to here with the whole Damar Hamlin situation, with the NFL is rigged situation, with the vaccines, all vaccines, even the Pfizer vaccines are going to kill you conspiracies. I'm going to let all of our listeners know right off the bat of Kimberly's Revolution, none of us, not you, not Austin, not Chad, not any of us are getting out of here alive. Not see, Austin's like, I'm okay with it. I'm okay.
Hey, yeah,
none of us
works for me.
None of us are getting out of here alive. You're going to die of something eventually. I don't know. I don't know what you're going to die of, but eventually you're going to die of something. Right? So
yes, I agree with that.
So crazy.
Although, what if you die from a broken heart, Kimberlina?
That never happened. That is what people tell themselves to make them feel better about the other person dying or their parents dying. That does not happen.
No,
dying of a broken heart does not happen.
When the guy dies like 2 weeks after his wife and they've been married 50 years.
See, they say that's going to happen, but my grandpa just turned 101 yesterday.
He's living forever.
And he's going to live forever. And grandma died 2 years ago. They were married for 70 years.
Yeah.
And so we really thought like, oh, all right. When she went, he's going to go. But it's been 2 years and he's 101. So who knows?
Yeah. Well, my mom's 89.
She suck.
It's gotten the day. Listen, my mom is 89 and has had every single booster and every single vaccine. And she's had that stupid, what is it? The shingles vaccine. And she's had the flu shot and she's still here and getting better.
Everything.
Getting around better and thinking better than most 24-year-olds I know. So I think it
reacts differently with everybody.
It is. I don't know. Here's the thing. None of us are getting out of here alive. We're all going to die at some point in time, which brings me to Damar Hamlin. Where do you stand on the side of this Damar Hamlin situation?
Me?
I'm talking to you.
I think he died on the field and they brought him back to life and he was in the hospital for a little while and then he got out and now he's making a recovery.
Yes.
Of course, that's not how the conspiracy theorists see it.
It is not. Put your hat on. Put your hat on. There you go. It is not how the conspiracy theorists see it. The crazy conspiracists think that Damar Hamlin is dead.
He's dead.
They think Damar Hamlin is dead and the NFL is rigged and the vaccine that all of these players took is killing them all.
Can we use his salary cap money, to pay Josh Allen? So he's going to get more money next year.
Matt Clark.
Uh-oh. What'd Matt do?
Shannon Joy.
Uh-oh.
Chad Hummel of Kimberly's Revolution. He gets his own
Austin,
lane.
Turn off the lights, Austin.
He gets his own lane on the Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs Highway, people. The Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs Highway. You know what I'm saying? The crazy, the loony bin highway. The I ain't coming back from the mental ward highway. You all are freaking crazy. And you're not only crazy, but to infer that the NFL, that the hospitals, that the hospital staff, that Damar Hamlin's family, that the Bills organization, that his own players were somehow complicit in hiding Damar Hamlin's death and sticking people that kind of looked like him at the stadium or in pictures at the hospital or whatever to infer that he's actually dead. And it's a huge cover up by the NFL and the Bills organization and the family and everyone is simply lunatic status, guys. It's lunacy. It's crazy. It is crazy, right?
Well, we've been lied to, Kimberly. We've been lied to for years now, and we're mad. Everything's a lie. God damn it, it's all a lie.
Yeah, Damar Hamlin's dead. No, he's not. He had a little bit of a situation, guys. He had to be brought back twice because his heart stopped. in a very violent sport where he was very violently hit in the chest. But those those are just three that I mentioned because I see their stupid ass tweets over and over and over again. And Shannon's all over Twitter. And this Matt Clark, who is clearly off his meds. And I like Matt. And don't get me wrong, I love Shannon. Right? I can like her.
Sister.
I don't. She is my spirit animal. I don't agree with her. She's like a dog with a bone on. It drives me crazy. I'm like, can't you just be normal for a second? And I know normal is boring. And what is normal? And Kimberly, that's offensive. That's offensive. I'm just going to tell you this. Damar Hamlin did die. Thank God for the smart EMTs and people that were there at the game that were able to resuscitate him and bring him back. We are so grateful for the people at the hospital in Cincinnati that when his heart stopped the second time, they were able to bring him back, right? He didn't die. It's dangerous and it's irresponsible. And here's the fact of when you guys post this stupid shit on your Facebook page, Chad, that's right. When you post this stupid shit on your Facebook page, there are actually lunatics that believe you. I don't think you really believe it. I think you're just like a sheep that's going to bah with the rest of the gang because you think, it's interesting. This is kind of funny. I think I'm going to post it. But when in reality, it's very, very dangerous because there are people out there that are triggered by this stuff and they think they're being wronged and lied to, and the government is lying, and the Bills organization is lying, and what's going to stop them from bringing a fucking gun to the next game or whatever, or some kind of a sporting event, and they're going to get some kind of justice for all the lies.
Keep your guns at home, people.
You know,
We the People Podcast Network does not endorse this segment of the show.
I'm a little bit disappointed, actually. You know, and not only are you getting fired again, I could get fired. I really don't give a rat's ass if I'm fired or not.
No, I don't think anybody does at this point.
Chad can come on and defend himself, but what I'm saying is the absolute truth. And if he doesn't know it, he should know it. Right? That's all I got to say. But Damar Hamlin, his heart stopped twice. I'm gonna. And before anybody says, but Kimberly, blah, 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 they got the shot. They all got the jab. Shut up with that. I'm going to tell you a story.
Well, we still don't know if you got it or not.
I didn't. 10 years ago, at TSC, this kid was hit in the chest with a lacrosse ball. His heart stopped.
Yeah.
His heart stopped. It was more than 10 years ago because Chloe might have been a middle schooler, 8th grade.
15 years.
He got hit at the right time or the wrong time, and it caused his heart to stop. And unfortunately, they didn't have the staff there at TSC or the knowledgeable sideline crew that was able to bring that kid back, and he died. This was way before the jab, guys. What's your excuse now? Athletes die all the time from some unknown condition.
We don't need an excuse, Kimberly. We got our hats.
Yeah, it doesn't. Oh, they all got the jab. They all got the jab. No, guys. No, that's not it. He got hit hard. It knocked him for a loop. It stopped his heart twice. It was such a shock to his system. These guys, it's like getting hit by a Mack truck. I mean, can you even imagine? Straight to the chest. There is no conspiracy. There was nobody, propping up like a life-size figure of Damar Hamlin. There was no body double. There was no clone of Damar Hamlin. That was Damar Hamlin. And quite frankly, if I almost died twice and a giant tube stuck down my throat so I could breathe and, possibly don't look my best, I wouldn't want to go in front of the cameras either. Oh, but he should have said thank you. You think it could wait about 2 weeks? Do you think that maybe you could wait on a thank you for about, I don't know, maybe 2 months? Why? Do you think that he should have set up in the hospital bed the next day and said, thank you to all the well-wishers? Back yourself down a little bit.
You know where this is coming from? My thinking is there has been a lot of political theater coming out of Washington the last few years on both sides. And the conspiracy theorists that have raised these Russia collusion and all this other stuff, they've been proven to be right on a number of occasions.
Mhm.
And so now that's just creating more momentum for people to just go crazy and just start making
Nah.
crap.
I think people are more comfortable, Tom, engaging in the make-believe. I think it's more interesting. I think making up a story like Damar Hamlin is really dead is just more interesting to people. And it's evil. It's really a bad look. It's a bad look. It's irresponsible and it's dangerous.
Well, I'll tell
And
you
the
what,
guy, for
Kimberly,
God's sakes, give him a month or two and let him recover before you start demanding that he go in front of TV cameras. Did he go to the game? Was his family with him? Yes. Did he give the heart sign from, I can't even do it. Did he give the heart sign from the hospital bed?
in a
Yeah.
snowstorm behind tinted windows, you couldn't see his face.
The fact of the matter is, the guy really is lucky to be alive.
Why does
He
he like
doesn't-
red hoodies? And why does
he-
he walk where the cameras aren't and turn his
he-
back?
He doesn't owe us anything,
No, he doesn't.
but he's not dead. So stop it with your stupid tweets because it makes you look like you're mentally unwell. That's what it makes you look like. I sit there and read these tweets and go, I wonder if he's okay because I'm worried. I'm worried that, our Chad is going off the deep end a little bit. I'm worried
He's
about. I'm
always-
seriously
he's
worried
been
about.
he's always been off the deep end, so he's fine. He likes
But-
swimming in that deep water.
That would be, but to have all this happen, right? That all of these entities would be complicit in this cover up. You got to sit back and go, yeah, that's ridiculous. The guy's not dead. And that the NFL is rigged because the Chiefs won the game.
The NFL is rigged.
The NFL is not rigged. I mean, let me.
Do you have my TikTok, Austin?
Yeah.
All right. Now, before you play this TikTok,
So-
the Bengals blew it. Why the hell didn't the guy punt the ball out of bounds, for one? Then the guy, obviously that was a penalty that he hit Mahomes on the sideline. And to be honest, Mahomes played a great game. And I think this game against the Bengals
on a bad ankle without some of his major players, right? That went out.
I think this game against the Bengals is going to be his signature Hall of Fame moment, that he literally did something that was nearly impossible. But at the same time, the NFL is rigged. Okay.
It's not. Stop it with your conspiracy.
Late hit. Block in the back. The Chiefs just get every break. What's this play? Oh, yeah.
Hey, why don't you show him getting sacked 4 times?
Groundings not called. Here's the game-winning play. Look at the hold. No call on holding.
Quit crying. Quit your fucking crying.
Patrick
Quit crying.
Mahomes is the new Tom Brady. The NFL has to replace Tom Brady, and now it's Patrick Mahomes. So he's going to get all the calls for the next 10 years, and I'm sick of his dumb ass. Screw you, Chiefs.
Fact of the matter is, they couldn't protect Burrows, and he was sacked, 4 or 5 times? 4 or 5 times, I think he was sacked. Austin is saying yes, sacked 4 or 5 times. Let's see the Mahomes meme. We got that? I got that there?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's this one.
He was without some incredible players, right? There it is. And let's show the Joe Burrows, because once you see this, you can't unsee it. Are you finished crying now, Tom? Is Tom finished crying like a little bitty baby? There he is.
I don't know. Now we can hear you.
Joe Burrow looks like Jeffrey Dahmer, and now we can't unsee it. That is so true. Look at that. Are you finished crying now, you little baby?
Yes.
So yeah, the NFL is not rigged. It's no more rigged than it was rigged 2-3 years ago, 4 years ago, 7 years ago, 10 years
Bullshit.
ago. No, I say bullshit all you want. But the fact of the matter is, this is the Kelsey Bowl, right?
Right.
And the Chiefs get called on every single penalty. We commit a lot of penalties. We get called on every single one of them. How many touchdowns did we have called back on that game? We had 2 touchdowns called back. So, say what you want to say, but we had as many penalties as the Bengals. They
It's
just
all
committed. They committed the ultimate penalty in the very end.
Are you going
You
to the
didn't-
game?
I am not going to the game, but my cousins are going to be in Phoenix. So, yeah, my cousin Karen's pretty excited about that. But what the conspiracy, people just need to slow their roll. Honestly, it does make them look mentally unwell. And the vaccine paranoia. Let me just say this, and for people that listened to the Kimberly and Beck show for years, you know this. I am not anti-vaccine. I am pro-vaccine. I don't think the vaccine is killing people, just like I don't think the vaccine is giving kids the vaccines that we give our children cause autism either, right? I've always said this. Vaccines do not cause autism. And the vaccine, the COVID vaccine, I don't know if it will kill you or not. I know people who've had COVID, got the shot, and then died. One of them was an 80-something-year-old man. I think the same age as my mom when he died. He might have been 87 at the time. One was a good friend of mine who had COVID, then got his COVID vaccine and booster, and then died. So here's what I will say, but he wasn't in great shape. So do I think the COVID vaccine will kill you? No. Why didn't I take the COVID vaccine? Because I think it's suspect when they can put together a vaccine in 2 weeks. I think that's a little suspect. I don't know what's going into it. I don't know how well it's been tested. I'm going to sit back and wait a while before I get the vaccine. No, and it's completely voluntary. Will COVID kill you? Yeah, probably not. You're probably going to get a little cold. You might have a little fever, but you're going to live unless you're in really shitty shape or you have something else going on in your body, right? So
yeah, how
quit
many
it with the vaccine.
comorbidities do you have?
Yeah, quit it with the vaccine paranoia, right? The vaccine is
All right.
not going to kill you. The vaccine is not causing NFL players to die. It's not. It's just not, right? So stop it.
I'm pretty gullible, Kimberly.
Is alive.
I'm
So
pretty
stop it.
gullible. I believe it all. I believe all the conspiracy theories.
Happy February 1st, by the way. It's a brand new month.
Isn't there supposed to be a groundhog soon?
That's tomorrow.
Do you think he's going to see his shadow? Is there still a Ponzatani Phil, or how many are they on?
Oh, I don't know. There have been several, though. I will tell you that. I know that probably Matt Clark and Chad and Shannon are going to be mad at me. I will tell you, I like them all.
You live
This is
1,000 miles away. What are they going to do to you?
I don't have any friends. I have acquaintances. All right,
I don't have any friends. I don't have any friends.
I will tell you this. Posting stuff to get likes and hits to your feed on Twitter or Facebook, that if you can't do it without being stupid and ridiculous, give it up. Just stop it. Don't post stuff that makes people wonder whether or not you're mentally fit. Because really, I mean, I come from radio, the background. I get it. I understand ratings, and I understand, your post getting traction and getting all these likes, and I understand it more than anyone else. I understand it. But don't post shit like that. That just makes you look stupid. Don't post stuff on Facebook that you don't truly believe in, truly 100% believe it. Just makes you look bad. So knock it off. And I do. I love Shannon. She's like a dog with a crazy bone. I don't have to agree with her or believe in what she says, but she can still be my friend. I don't know Matt Clark well enough to say that he's my good friend, because he's not. But I would say the same thing to Chad. Rethink what you post. That's all.
Look twice, save a life.
Shut up, Tom. Anyway, it is February 1st, and I will say, have Have you ever heard of the Vice Lords?
Wait a minute.
Is it cold there in Rochester, by the way?
It's 23 degrees if you paid attention to the open.
In fact, I actually got a different hat.
Do you see Austin's new hat? Because it's so cold out. There he is. He's got his
He's got
Russian.
a new hat because
He's got his Russian hat on
Okay.
with the earmuffs.
You got your toque.
Oh yeah.
Is that a toque?
It might be. I don't know for sure, but
In
it's
Canadian?
It's very warm.
He's got muffs.
Oh yeah, it's got the ear flaps on. You know.
Okay, Robert Hummel. Here we go. It's another one of the Hummel family. Let me go here for a second.
I love Robert.
It's not a vaccine. It's a shot. It's causing people to die.
Do 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 do.
Genetically, you are related to Chad.
Yes.
So I will say, don't say things you don't believe.
By the way, I'm contractually obligated to agree with Kimberly.
You guys know it's not true, so stop it. Stop it with that mindset. I mean, even me, who wouldn't take the vaccine, I do not believe that it's killing the shot, whatever it is. I don't believe it's killing people. I don't believe it's killing people.
I broke my hat.
I got the shot, and I'm not dead yet. Probably.
Right?
Yeah.
Steve says, I'm your friend, Kimberly. Yes, you are, Steve. Steve has been my friend for a long time. Steve would come out and see me when I was at car dealerships and stuff. He's a good guy. All right. So let's talk about Tyree Nichols. You know who Tyree Nichols is?
I do, unfortunately.
The guy
I wish we didn't know who he was.
It's
a horrific incident.
Did you see the videos?
I have, yeah.
Not posting them here. They're just, you've seen the videos. We've done that. The funeral service was held today in Memphis. Here is what you're not going to hear anywhere else. That there is an investigation that 3 out of the 5 of these police officers that have been indicted on murder charges for the murder of 29-year-old Tyree Nichols in early January. I think he died 3 days later. He was stopped on January 7th. He was beaten by the 5 black police officers, and he died 3 days later of his injuries. That 3 of these 5 police officers were members of a gang. One of the biggest gangs in Memphis, used to be the largest gang organization in Memphis. That 3 of the 5 officers in the Memphis beating were members of or had been members of the Vice Lords. Look them up. I think officially they're called 3 Vice Lords. Is the name of the gang organization. There are some of the police officers from that night. I loved it that so many people posted before they even saw pictures of the officers that it was racist white supremacy at work again. It's kind of a shock that it was the 5 black police officers. And the investigation is looking into other gang-related beatings, videos that were found on their phones, recorded as proof for carrying out the beatings that were at the direction of the Vice Lord gang organization.
I guess those background checks didn't work out very well.
Well, interesting that you bring that up. Wait
a minute. Did I have a good point?
You had a very good point, and I'll tell you why. Because in the last 3 to 5 years, there has been almost probably an 80% turnover of the Memphis Police Department. What did they have to do? Police
departments in the urban areas have turned over.
Exactly. So they wanted to hire a lot. They wanted to diversify the Memphis Police Department. So they hired many, many minorities, which is fine. It's all well and good. The 5 police officers were all newbies within the last 2 to 5 years, right? Some of those officers that were involved had only been on the force 2 years. Did they do the adequate background check? I'm not sure. But they were newbies within the last 2 to 5 years.
What about the entrance exams, and what about the Did they dumb down, so to speak?
I have heard that many departments have dumbed down their entrance exams,
Right.
and and what you have to do to go
It's
through.
a job I would have no interest whatsoever of doing.
Well,
I think, but that's not me, and it takes a special person that wants to.
You
be
worry about this.
motivated to
My
be a
daughter's
police
my
officer,
daughter's a
right?
police officer,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
And now we know that there were actually other members of the police force that are being brought up on charges, as well as 3 Memphis Fire Department personnels and EMTs that have been fired over the incident because they didn't do their job of looking over the injuries and getting him help when he should have been getting, had help. So there you go with Tyree. But just something
I hope they sue the pants off of them, and I hope they win, and we'll move on to the next story. But
here's another thing that you probably don't know about these 5.
Not that the man wasn't a criminal, but at the same time, he didn't deserve to die for this. So,
well, not that way.
Right, exactly.
Again, so
I hope the family gets millions out of the police department.
So check it out, the Vice Lords. Again, there's an investigation that some of these
they
5
let me in. I want to be in a gang.
In the Vice Lords.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also say that 4 of the 5 police officers involved in the death of Tyree Nickel had previous infractions with the department, which is shocking because they hadn't been on the department that long. 2 to 5 years is not a long time to build up. What do they call it when they start a file on you? It's not a long enough time to build a bad file on you, is it? I mean, I would understand you might have a few infractions if you were a 20, 15 year, 10 year, what, because there's always going to be someone that gets mad at a cop for doing their job. We know those.
Which is why we have the PAB board to begin with, right? Is for when citizens file complaints. How's that working out?
Yeah, when are they going to start that?
They just take another $5 million and whatever.
Yeah. So 4 of those officers had been reprimanded or suspended earlier for their failure to do their job. Report when they did physical force, failure to report domestic disputes, damages sustained to their squad car cruisers. Again, this is all in the files from the Memphis Police Department as cited by Associated Press. And again, the investigation into whether 3 of these 5 individuals, these Memphis police officers, were members of or had been members of a gang, and this was a retaliatory hit. This was a hit on this guy. They were supposed to, rough him up. And unfortunately, they killed him. But it was a direction that was brought on by this gang organization called the Vice Lords.
Not that this is a little bit of a tangent here, but have you noticed that, well, here in Rochester now, they're jacking up Kias and Hyundais. But have you noticed?
Can I ask you a real quick question, though? Have there been any protests, or is the city burning after this happened?
No, I don't think so.
Nothing? No marches downtown?
Not that I'm aware of. No. Could be, though. So anyways, have you noticed now in these crime blogs that most of the offenders are 13, 14, and 15-year-old kids?
They're learning it off TikTok. Yeah.
Well, because they're under the legal age of 16, so the law doesn't really have any way to handle these kids. These gangs are getting smart, right? They're recruiting they're recruiting these 12, 13, and 14-year-olds to do all their dirty work for them. And the older guys don't get involved in it as much. So I guess good for them, right? But it seems like that more and more. I can't remember back in the day, at least. I can't remember 12, 13, 14-year-olds shooting people and stealing cars. And, so this has been a recruitment effort as these kids were, when they're in school, I guess, or on the street or wherever they're finding them.
Yeah.
They're really getting these kids to do their dirty work for them. I think
Caroline says that they're meeting at the Liberty Pole tonight with candles.
Okay.
Well, that's not exactly. Why do you think it's not as big of a protest situation? The plumber is finally here, by the way. 6:06, guys. We were late with the show because I've been waiting on this plumber all freaking day.
And Rich wasn't
freaking
home.
day, and Rich wasn't home.
Right.
And I was afraid he was going to come either one when I was in the shower because that's my luck, or two, he was going to come when I was doing the podcast. He's just now showing up because both of our sinks are gurgling and leaking.
Well, he's showing up now, so he can charge you after hours.
Oh no, this is on Home Depot because they didn't install the sinks right. The plumbing wasn't done right. MLK Park is where the vigil is. Oh, okay, so that's where someone vigil. They're not burning down the city, though, are they? Why, Melanie? Melanie is saying it's at MLK Park. Why aren't they burning down the city?
It doesn't fit.
Why
their
aren't
narrative.
they looting? Why aren't they breaking glasses downtown? Why?
Doesn't fit the narrative.
Certainly doesn't, does it?
No.
But
it's okay to celebrate
It's
okay to celebrate a man's life that was.
I just want to know why no violent protests. It's still police officers. It's the same reason that no one gets upset when there is 4 or 5 people shot in the inner city on any given night that ends in Y. It's the same reason.
Yeah, they don't want to solve. Nobody wants to solve any problems.
It's the same reason, guys.
Just want to, complain about problems.
And that's sad. I mean, that's really sad. All lives should matter, no matter what color a person took the life, right? All lives should matter, but they don't. Not all lives matter because sorry, the dogs are crazy because the plumber just
we
showed
can't
up.
hear it that bad. Just keep going through it.
But I will just say that it matters the color of the person that committed the crime. Unfortunately, that's where we are. I want to get back to Tom Brady. If you're listening and watching Kimberly's Revolution, please tell a friend. The name of today's show is Crazy Conspiracists because that's what they are. And we appreciate Taylor Heating and Cooling, Taylor 500 Help. It's our advertiser, Precision Lawn and Garden. We love them. Thank them so much. And of course, Revere Realty, where we can help buy or sell your home. And I want to get back to Tom Brady for a second.
Who?
Because he's so freaking selfish. He couldn't wait till the off season to announce his second retirement.
Well, he did it on the same day last year.
He couldn't wait to after the Super Bowl was
not
over.
About the Chiefs, because the Chiefs lost last year.
How about you just let the 2 Super Bowl teams revel in the fact that they're going to the Super Bowl instead of insert yourself into a story? Here's Tom Brady.
Good morning, guys. I'll get to the point right away.
Please.
Retiring for good. I know the process was a pretty big deal last time, so when I woke up this morning, I figured I'd just press record and let you guys know first. So I won't be long-winded. You only get one super emotional retirement essay, and I used mine up last year. So
yes, please.
I really thank you guys so much, to every single one of you, for supporting me, my family, my friends, my teammates.
You don't have any friends.
My competitors.
You divorced your family.
Forever. There's too many.
Competitors hate you.
Thank you guys for allowing me to live my absolute dream. I wouldn't change a thing.
Quit crying.
Love you all.
Quit crying. Quit, big baby.
He looks a little thin. He's been losing some weight.
Look at that picture of him.
Yeah, he looks a little gaunt, doesn't he?
He looks like the Crypt
Doesn't he live in Tampa? Shouldn't he have a tan?
He looks horrible.
I think I have a better tan than him.
You gave up your marriage and kids for a shitty season.
And $50 million.
That's what you did. The cat's freaking out, honey. Hey, come here. And tell everyone that the plumber is here. Come here. Honey, come here. Honey, come here. Tell her,
talking to,
come here, Rich.
Rich or the
Honey,
cat?
Oh my goodness. I'm talking to my husband. And he wouldn't come here. But yeah, he gave up his family for a season that didn't matter. right? Is it
Yeah.
worth it? Was it worth it? Was that one last year on the football field, Tom? Was it worth it?
He wanted to play till he was 45, and he did it.
And look what it cost him.
Maybe he didn't want it to begin with. Maybe the family wasn't going to work out. And, he figured, what the hell?
Cost him his family. So there's Tom Brady. He couldn't wait until the off season. He couldn't wait till like a week after the Super Bowl. No. He can't stand it when the spotlight isn't on him. He's a classic narcissist, right? It's got to be about
not a
me.
guy on this
me,
planet that wouldn't change shoes with him.
Me. Yeah, fine. But you know what? Wait till later. Wait till like the end of February when there's no sporting news going on, right before March Madness, whatever.
Yeah, why wouldn't he do that anyways? Because, I mean, what if the Raiders all of a sudden just offer him $100 million to come play quarterback for 1 year? I mean,
Becky nailed it. Becky Bowers Scroger nailed it. His ego is bigger than his family or anyone else. Yeah, he is a classic narcissist where he is the only one that matters. And
to me,
that was proven.
You know where Tom Brady takes me? Because I remember when I was a kid, Jack Nicklaus was the greatest golfer at the time, and I couldn't stand him because I was a Tom Watson fan.
Yeah.
But as he got older and he won the Masters in '86, I started to root for Jack Nicklaus because you just appreciate greatness.
I appreciate how good he is.
That's kind of where I am with Brady. God, I hated him when he was beating the Bills every year. But when he went to Tampa and he won that one Super Bowl, I kind of, the dude's 45 and he's playing football.
I am not here to downplay his athleticism or the fact that he is a great quarterback, that he's a freak of nature. I'm not here to argue that point at all. I'm just arguing the fact that he could have waited.
Yeah.
You could have waited.
He did the same thing last year on the same date, February 1st. So.
Because he wants everything to be about him. And that's all there is.
Kimberly, can I say one more thing?
Chiefs, say it.
Mr. Brady, my name's Tom Morgan. You don't know me, but it's okay. You can eat a cheeseburger now. It's fine.
Yeah, right?
It's not going to kill you. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Go have a cheeseburger, have some French fries, fill your face out a little bit. It's going to be okay. You're fine, Tommy.
Can we show the picture of the Kelsey boys? Mama Kelsey has to be beside herself.
Oh, I know. This is a great story here.
Look at this. Donna Kelsey. The one on the right, the one on the left is Travis. He is the one that is the Chiefs player. Look at them as little boys. Look at them at teenagers. I think his brother is older, plays for the Philadelphia Eagles. Mama is right there. Her name's Donna. And then there's Travis.
He's an offensive lineman or a center, I think he is.
The Kelsey boy that plays for Philly? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a big boy. He's bigger than his brother.
Heavier. Yeah.
He's heavier than his brother. He's bigger. He's just stouter. I mean, you can just see the difference in the size of the two of them. But this has been something that, I mean, since they were little, they've been playing football. I do love the story. I do think that Travis has a better personality than his brother. And maybe that's just because the role they play on the field. I don't know. Right.
Well, an offensive lineman, they're the meat and potato guys. They're not the flamboyant ones.
Yeah.
The skills guys are the flamboyant ones.
I'm still trying to figure out what a jabroni is. Shut your hole and what did he say? Know your role and shut your mouth.
To the Cincinnati mayor.
It kills me. Jabroni. Yeah, jabroni.
The Bengals got robbed. If the Bengals could have punted the ball out of bounds.
Shut up, Tom. They didn't get robbed.
They got robbed. The Chiefs, the NFL's rigged.
Okay. He was only sacked 4 or 5 times, right? Yeah. He didn't have any protection. You know it. Stop it.
It's too bad he's a serial killer.
He does look like a serial killer.
Right.
You can't unsee that. You can't. Tell me.
No. They literally look like they're brothers.
Someone wrote a story. I don't know why.
Someone?
It's called.
Is this about Untamed Sweetheart?
Yes.
Aww.
What is it? What is it? Is it Uncover DC?
Yes.
Uncover DC, is that
Charles
the website?
Drake.
What's that?
Charles Drake is the author.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
his pen name.
Hey, Lavelle, don't make me think that you're also on the crazy train, right? Please tell me you don't have your own lane on the lunatic highway, because I'll go there. I'll just call you right out. Don't make me do it, Lavelle, because I will. Is it Uncover DC? I gotta look it up now.
Uncover DC. That's correct.
UncoverDC.com. Uncover.d. So they wrote it. So 2 years ago, this guy came to me and he wrote me an email. And he said, "I'd like to do a story." And I wasn't anywhere ready to do a story about anything that happened, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I said something stupid. Yeah, I got fired for it. It wasn't the first time. And, this time was probably going to be the forever time. But nothing is forever, guys.
And that'll be episode 3. I can't wait.
Nothing is forever. So at the time I told him no. What was there to be said, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was there to be said? There's nothing to be said. So he reached out to me again in August, and we started having conversations in September. The first article came out last week. I think we posted it on our Facebook page.
Right.
I posted it on my Facebook page. I think I tweeted it out under Kimberly R Radio. Kimberly R Radio is my Twitter handle. You can. There have been some weird people that have followed me in the last couple of days too. It's been odd.
Uncover DC does have a Facebook page and a Twitter page, so you can
Uncover DC does, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So the lady that is the editor, she's beautiful. Her name is Tracy, I think. So check out her picture, guys. But yeah, just saying, they have all the pictures of their journalists.
Okay.
So the second part about the fourth man came out yesterday. It was weird how it ended. Because it ended with a story about how a caller called us about information on Charlie Tan's investigation, that nobody else had this information. And it was the information that after Charlie Tan shot his father 3 times, he and the mother got in the car and took off for Canada. Nobody knew that part of the story. This is what the fourth man had called to tell us. And that's where the story ended. But that's not exactly where the story ended. The story ended with the fourth man calling to tell us that after they shot Charlie's father 3 times, Jim Tan, they got in the car, they went to Canada for like 4 days and left the family dog in the house with Jim Tan. And the fourth man then told us that a portion of Jim Tan's body had been eaten by the dog. He left off, and I thought that was the best part of the damn story. I'm like, why would you leave that off? It's true. I mean, it was true that came out in the trial that the dog had eaten a portion of the dead carcass as what happened.
What portion did he eat, Kimberlina?
I think a part of his hand or shoulder. I forget. I think it was part of the face or the hand or the shoulder. Yeah. He shot him point blank in the face. That speaks. But anyway, so that was a little bit about the fourth man and how the fourth man was incorporated. You can't tell the Kimberly and Beck story without telling the story of the fourth man, because the fourth man was so integral to our whole show, right? That can't tell us.
Yet this show, we can't even take a phone call.
Right.
So go figure.
Yeah, right.
I have to play something for one of our listeners.
The Benny Hill theme. Oh, that's Mayor Lovely Warren's theme. Mayor Lovely Warren. There it is. That was Mayor Lovely Warren's theme, and I don't know how we came up with that, but it just sounded like a clown song to us. So when we thought of Mayor Lovely Warren, we thought clown show, and so we played that. But yeah, so I talked to this guy, and I thought it was just going to be a one and done, and the guy did. How many parts are there? 4?
5. Somehow I'm going to make it in this story. I hope he doesn't make me out to be too much of a dumbass.
Well, anyway, so he's doing the story. So the first and the second versions of the story, episodes of the story, are on my Facebook page. They're on your Facebook page. You can go to uncoverdc.com, and the story is there under journalists, I think. So you can check that out. But yeah,
it's pretty much a right-wing publication, and they it's mostly political from Washington. But
Yeah.
this one, because of cancel culture, kind of struck a nerve with them.
Exactly.
Are we still
and
calling it cancel culture, or you've always just kind of said I was a dumbass, and
well, you got to be honest about it. I was just kind of a dumbass. Should I have said what I said? You would think after all these years I would know better, but I just say things. I'm sure Chad's going to be angry with me, but there's nothing I can do about it. I have to say what I think.
maybe you have a form of Tourette's there, Kimberlina.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so you have anything?
I got a couple things. Do you know that they're talk about marketing? Do you know that they're calling 2023 the golden age of non-alcoholic beers and wines?
Why bother?
The
It's like eating
golden
fat-free
age.
ice cream.
There's 70 new products being sent to the market, and it's grown 120% over the last 3 years.
Really?
Nobody's drinking this crap. Do people really drink non-alcoholic stuff?
I don't.
It's and here they're making this big deal about non-alcoholic beverages. 0.002% of the total alcohol sales is non-alcoholic. So it's not even a blip on the radar.
I found a great little bar here in South Carolina. It's shocking. That makes a great dirty martini. I have become a big fan of the dirty martini.
That's where they just dump all the rest of the crap into the gin, right? You do vodka or gin?
No. I do vodka. I am not a gin girl. I do not drink gin. Hey, do you have the story about the dodo bird?
No, I got one more. You can get to that.
Okay.
Did you hear about the guy in Seattle? There was a woman who came home to her house and she noticed that the window was broken. So she called the police because there was a burglary. But the police came in and they found him in her bathtub with all his clothes on, taking a bath.
Yeah, that sounds normal.
So I guess he's like a homeless guy, and he breaks into houses because he needs to clean himself up every once in a while.
Well, bless his heart.
I was thinking this. He was 27 years old. They arrested him for it. But I was thinking about this. I'm not very good at laundry. Well, I'm going to start taking showers with my clothes on. Doesn't that kill two birds with one stone?
It's awful.
That's not a good idea.
It's not a good idea. It's not. Ugh. I just thinking of that feeling is awful. The dodo bird.
How do you just soap up your shirt and that? And your
horrible
jeans?
Idea. No. Did you know the dodo bird was actually a real dinosaur bird?
I did. Yes.
Yes. I mean, it's just not like one of those cartoons where the dodo bird is there. There is a biotech that has plans to resurrect the woolly mammoth. But not only that, they announced a fresh round of funding that's going to help them de-extinct the famously extinct dodo bird.
So of all the extinct creatures that have ever walked the face of the earth, this is the one they pick?
That and the woolly mammoth. Colossal Bioscience. It's a biotech company that says it has raised $150 million, bringing its total funding since 2021 to $225 million. And this is the third species that Colossal said it will attempt to revive after pledging to bring back the woolly mammoth and the Tasmanian tiger. So as you might imagine, it's a little bit of a difficult process, and it will involve editing the genomes of closely related living species and selectively breeding them to create a functional dodo, a mammoth, and a Tasmanian tiger. And quite frankly, the whole thing is an ethical nightmare, right? Why don't we work on making sure that the animals here currently that are close to extinction, why don't we make sure that that doesn't happen? I know, call me crazy, call me nutty, call me off the chart environmentalist. But how about instead of bringing back animals that are already extinct, that we just make sure the ones that are here aren't completely poached and killed and then they leave us? How about we
Well,
make sure
why
that that
don't we
doesn't
just
happen?
clone ourselves so that when the vaccine kills us, that we can just reproduce another person just like us? Then we can live forever. What do
No,
you
I don't
think,
want to do
Angelina?
that. I think that's a horrible idea as well.
What?
I just think that we shouldn't direct resources away from, you know, we have to make sure that the species that are here now stay, right?
Sure.
I think that we should direct our funding and our resources into providing that these animals stay and that what's gone is already gone. What's gone isn't coming back. And make sure that the animals that are currently here never go away. That's what I think we should do.
Well, that makes
I
sense.
know, that's just me. But I do like the dodo bird. He looks so funny, doesn't he?
He is very cute.
The dodo bird.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're violent or not.
So what?
They probably.
What is it's basically an ostrich or a llama or something. What is?
I
the
don't
thing?
know. They probably eat cats,
They eat cats.
which would be very bad.
They don't look like they eat cats.
Yeah. I'm just saying, some of these corporations, they just have this God complex and they think that let's bring back extinct animals. And hey, some things are better left alone. Let's work on preserving what we have here and now. Here and now. The here and now. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
That's me. All right, that's going to do it for Kimberly's Revolution for the first day of February 2023. Crazy Conspiracists. If I've offended anyone today, I just want to say
Go outside and
give-
find your damn shadow.
I don't give a rat's ass if I offended anyone. And I'm not saying sorry. Yeah, so with that, we want to say thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to all the patriots who watch Kimberly's Revolution and all the other shows that are here on the We the People Podcast Network. I think who's coming up next?
Jose's coming up in a few minutes.
Jose. Is that Lavelle going to be with Jose?
Yeah, Mr. Conspiracy. I'll leave him my hat.
Lavelle?
You're on the list.
I see you. All right, that's going to do it. We thank everyone. Please tell people to go to our YouTube channel, Kimberly's Revolution, and like us, become a member. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything, right? So do that. We love you. Until
It's
next
free.
time. It's free.
God bless. Be kind to others.
From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor. 500 help.